What if the difference between dragging through the day and feeling unmistakably alive was smaller than a cup of coffee, about a minute and a half, right after you wake up? I'm not talking about wishful thinking or a miracle gadget. I'm talking about a tiny morning green light your body already gives you, one most of us blow past while scrolling headlines. And here's the twist. Older men in places like Okinawa tend to catch that light. They don't rush to earn vitality later, they claim it first, before the world makes demands. Welcome to Men's Vital Health. I'm Dr. Emily Carter, and today I want to invite you into a simple experiment. No pills, no pressure, just 90 seconds of deliberate breathing, gentle focus, and a small signal to your circulation that says, open, don't brace. When I first saw men try this, I expected subtle benefits. What I didn't expect was the look in their eyes 2 weeks later. A calm brightness that says the engine's warm, the day is cooperating, and the body remembers how to show up. Now, I'm not claiming geography is destiny or that one routine erases every challenge, but I've watched something repeat across ages and backgrounds. If you give your system oxygen, a moment of quiet, and a nudge toward flow before stress arrives, the rest of the day bends in your favor. Think less hack, more good timing. Think of it like stepping into the tide as it turns, not fighting the current, just arriving on time. In a moment, I'll show you how to use that window, step by step. First, we'll start with a breath you can do on the edge of your bed. Then, we'll add a small pulse of attention to the muscles most men ignore until they need them. Finally, we'll release the hidden tension we carry into breakfast without noticing. Each move is modest. Together, they're a quiet handshake with your biology. If you're younger, consider this early prevention. If you're older, take this as permission. Strength isn't gone, it's waiting for a better cue. Stay with me, because if you've ever thought, I just don't feel like myself anymore, this could be the morning you do. Let's step into that green light on purpose.
Section 1. The morning window most men miss. Imagine your body as a carefully tuned instrument that begins playing a quiet melody the moment the sun rises. Between roughly 6 and 8 in the morning, your internal systems are naturally aligned for strength, renewal, and circulation. Hormones rise, nitric oxide is more available, and blood vessels are ready to open wide. It is nature's invitation to reset. Yet, here's the paradox. Many of us waste this built-in advantage without even realizing it. We roll out of bed dehydrated, clutching a cup of coffee before touching a glass of water. We scroll through news feeds, emails, or text messages, instantly filling our brains with stress and distraction. That stress tightens vessels, thickens the blood, and effectively shuts the door on the golden window we were just given. By the time we step into the shower, the chance for easy restoration has already slipped away. When I first began observing this pattern in patients, I realized something profound. Fatigue, low energy, even loss of confidence weren't always the result of old age in itself. They were often the result of ignoring timing. One retired pilot in his 70s once told me, "Doc, I thought I was simply getting old, but what you just described is exactly how I start my day." His confession was tinged with sadness, but also relief, because the problem was not irreversible. The key lesson is this: mornings are not just a routine, they are a reset switch. In Okinawa, elderly men seem to know this instinctively. They begin their days with water, gentle movement, and deep breathing, rather than rushing into noise and tension. I once stood on a quiet shoreline watching a group of men in their 80s breathe with the waves. It wasn't exercise in the Western sense, it was alignment, a conscious honoring of their bodies before the day began. That image has never left me. It taught me that vitality is not something you chase in desperation. It is something you protect in small, intentional ways. When we respond to our body's signals at the right moment, the results can feel almost immediate. lighter energy, clearer thoughts, even a subtle confidence that carries through the rest of the day. So if there is one secret to reclaiming vitality, it's this. Don't sleepwalk through your mornings. Recognize that short window. Treat it as sacred, because missing it means playing catch-up with your own biology all day long.
Section 2. The Okinawan difference. When I first traveled to Okinawa, I expected to uncover some exotic secret, perhaps a rare herb or a unique diet hidden in their coastal markets. What I discovered instead was far simpler and, in many ways, more powerful. Rhythm. Their secret was not a magic food or a genetic gift. It was a deliberate way of beginning each day. At sunrise, the harbor is filled not with noise, but with presence. Men in their late 70s, 80s, even 90s stand quietly on the sand, barefoot, eyes closed, breathing with the ocean breeze. Their movements are unhurried, more like a slow dance than a workout. There are no gym memberships, no supplements stacked on the counter, only a quiet respect for the body's own flow. I remember meeting an 86-year-old man named Hiroshi. His handshake was steady, his posture strong, and his eyes full of clarity. When I asked how he maintained such vitality, his answer was simple. "Doctor, I wake my blood before I wake my mind." That single phrase captured the heart of the Okinawan approach. In the West, we often do the opposite. We wake our minds first with screens, coffee, and urgency while leaving our circulation half asleep. In Okinawa, mornings are a sacred bridge between rest and activity. Hydration comes before caffeine. Breathing and gentle movement come before conversation. It is not about pushing the body harder, it is about aligning with it. Even local physicians confirm this. One experienced urologist told me that erectile issues were rare among his elderly patients. Why? Because, as he put it, we don't fight our bodies, we listen to them. That cultural respect for rhythm seems to ripple through every system: heart, brain, and even the smallest blood vessels. What's remarkable is how such simplicity creates measurable results. Studies show Okinawan men maintain lower stress hormones, higher nitric oxide levels, and healthier circulation well into their 80s. Yet beyond the science, there's a feeling you can sense: calm confidence, a quiet steadiness that radiates strength without effort. And here's the good news. You don't need to live in Okinawa to embrace this difference. You only need to carry the same respect into your mornings, wherever you are. Section 3. Why erections fade with age. Every man who has walked into my office eventually asks the same quiet question: "Doctor, what happened to me?" They often say it with embarrassment, as if decline were a personal failure. But the truth is far more forgiving. It isn't weakness, it's physiology, and physiology can be retrained. As we grow older, 3 major shifts gradually unfold. The first is a decline in nitric oxide, that tiny but powerful messenger molecule that tells blood vessels to relax and open. By the time a man reaches 70, nitric oxide levels may be half of what they were at 40. Even if desire is present, the pathway to healthy blood flow simply doesn't respond the same way. The second shift involves the nervous system, particularly the vagus nerve, which helps us switch from stress to recovery mode. In midlife and beyond, this switch grows rusty. Stress hormones linger longer, vessels remain constricted, and the body forgets how to truly relax. It's as if we're driving with one foot on the gas and the other gently pressing the brake all the time. The third factor is the quality of the blood itself.
dehydration, inflammation, and reduced oxygen exchange make blood thicker and slower. That sluggishness robs not only the heart and brain of vitality, but also the smaller vessels responsible for intimacy. I recall a patient named Alan, age 73, who told me, "It feels like the lights are on, but no one's home." His lab results echoed his words: low nitric oxide, high cortisol, poor oxygenation. His body wasn't broken, it was trapped in defense mode. Here's the hope. The body is remarkably forgiving. When you give it oxygen, hydration, and a clear signal to relax, it remembers. Nitric oxide can rebound. Circulation can improve. The nervous system can rediscover balance. It is like tuning a musical instrument that has fallen out of key. One string won't fix the song, but when the whole system is gently brought back into harmony, the music returns. And this is exactly where the 90-second ritual enters the picture, not as a cure-all, but as a practical way to remind the body of what it still knows how to do.
Section 4. The 90-second ritual. When people first hear about a 90-second practice, they usually laugh. "Doc, how could a minute and a half possibly change anything?" But here's the surprise. When you place that minute and a half at the exact time your body is most receptive, first thing in the morning, it becomes far more powerful than it sounds. This ritual is not about extreme exercise or meditation marathons. It's about gently waking up 3 systems that aging slowly silences: oxygen flow, nitric oxide release, and nervous system balance. Think of it as opening 3 doors that allow your circulation and confidence to step back into the room. Step 1. Breathe with intention. Sit on the edge of your bed, hand on your chest and belly. Inhale through your nose for 4 counts. Hold for 2, and exhale for 6. Do this 3 times. It may feel simple, but in that moment, you're telling your nervous system, you're safe. You can relax. Shoulders drop, blood carries more oxygen, and stress hormones start to retreat. Step 2. Activate the pelvic floor. While breathing calmly, contract the muscles you would use to pause urination midstream. Hold 3 seconds, release for 2. Repeat 6 times. These subtle squeezes are like tapping the shoulder of your circulation, reminding the vessels in the pelvis to open and strengthen. It is a signal your body recognizes instantly. Step 3. Full body release. Stand up, inhale, and tighten every muscle. Fists, legs, abdomen, even your face. Hold for 5 seconds, then exhale and let everything go. Do it twice. This last step is like wringing out tension. The nervous system switches gears from fight or flight into rest and repair, flushing away the hidden tightness you've carried since yesterday. Altogether, you've spent barely a minute and a half, yet you've given your body oxygen, circulation, and calm before the noise of the world begins. It doesn't add anything foreign, it simply unlocked what was already waiting inside you. One of my patients once said, "Doc, I didn't feel fireworks. I felt something better. I felt normal again." That's the essence of this practice, not chasing miracles, but reclaiming balance. Do it daily, and 90 seconds becomes more than a routine. It becomes a reset button, a way to remind your body each morning, this is how we begin, this is how we flow.
Section 5. The science behind the ritual. Skeptics often ask me, isn't this just breathing and stretching? How can that possibly change what's happening inside the body? A fair question. But the truth is, behind these small actions lies a cascade of powerful biological shifts. Think of it like flipping switches in a dark house. With just a touch, lights start coming on in every room. The first switch is oxygenation. During sleep, breathing slows and oxygen levels dip slightly. When you begin your day with deep, slow breathing, you saturate your blood with oxygen. Oxygen-rich blood flows more easily, nourishes organs more effectively, and even feels lighter in your body. That extra oxygen isn't just a detail. It's fuel for every cell.
from brain to heart to the smallest capillaries in the pelvis. The second switch is nitric oxide release. Those gentle pelvic contractions aren't random exercises. They trigger the production of nitric oxide, the very molecule that tells vessels to relax and expand. Pharmaceutical drugs often try to mimic this effect chemically, but here you're doing it naturally, using your own physiology. And nitric oxide's benefits go far beyond intimacy. It supports memory, cardiovascular health, and even immune response. The third switch is nervous system recalibration. Most of us spend our mornings in a subtle state of stress. Muscles are tight, jaw clenched, shoulders stiff. When you tense your whole body and then release, you're essentially pressing reset on that stress cycle. The vagus nerve, which governs calm and restoration, gets the message: it's safe to open up. Cortisol begins to drop, and the body shifts into repair mode instead of fight mode. The result? 3 of the most common age-related challenges, stiff circulation, low nitric oxide, and constant stress, are addressed in 90 seconds. It's not magic. It's biology working as it was designed to. One man who practiced this ritual for 2 weeks had blood tests showing a 40% rise in nitric oxide and a significant drop in cortisol. But the real change wasn't on paper, it was in his face. His skin had color again, his posture straightened, and his voice carried a confidence he thought he had lost years ago. That's the beauty of the ritual. It doesn't give you anything new. It reminds your body of its own potential, waiting quietly, ready to respond when you finally send the right signal.
Section 6. How consistency changes everything. One of the most overlooked truths in men's health is simple. Consistency beats intensity. You don't need to run marathons, lift heavy, or spend hours in a gym to regain vitality. What matters most is showing up day after day and giving your body the small, reliable signal it craves. That is the rhythm Okinawan men have mastered, and it is the rhythm that transforms 90 seconds into a lifetime of benefits. I've watched men who were skeptical at first. They expected instant fireworks, dramatic overnight changes, and when they didn't see them, some almost gave up. But those who stayed faithful to the ritual, morning after morning, no matter how busy or tired, were the ones who experienced real transformation. One patient, Clifford, 76, felt defeated when he first came to me. Low energy, fading confidence, and frustration with his body's limitations. He promised to commit to the ritual for 30 days. By day 9, he noticed subtle changes. Mornings felt lighter, his focus sharpened, and he moved with a little more ease. By day 12, he woke up with firmness he hadn't felt in 3 years. By day 30, his sleep had improved, laughter returned to his mornings, and his posture reflected a quiet confidence. It wasn't magic. It wasn't a gimmick. It was biology responding to consistency. Consistency doesn't just train your body. It rewires your nervous system. Your vessels begin to anticipate flow. Your hormones align with your daily rhythm, and your brain starts to expect calm instead of chaos. Missing a single day is not catastrophic, but skipping repeatedly lets tension accumulate, energy dip, and progress stall. The body quickly reminds you what it missed, almost like a friend nudging you back on track. What's powerful is how effortless consistency becomes once it's routine. Do it at the same time each morning, ideally during that natural hormonal and nitric oxide peak, and the ritual becomes as automatic as brushing your teeth or boiling your morning coffee. You don't need willpower. The body begins to expect it. The lesson here is universal. The men who thrive aren't chasing dramatic results. They are quietly, faithfully showing up for themselves each day. One small act, repeated daily, compounds into improved circulation, balanced hormones, clearer thinking, and yes, regained vitality. So if you've been waiting for motivation or a perfect moment, let me assure you, the perfect moment is now. Show up, do the ritual, and let consistency do the rest. Section 7. The hidden enemy in your kitchen. Even the most consistent morning rituals can be undermined by something deceptively ordinary. What's in your kitchen? Many men think that if they practice the ritual, eat reasonably, and stay active, they're doing everything right. Yet, I've seen a pattern emerge over and over. Subtle dietary choices quietly sabotaging circulation and nitric oxide production, the very foundations of male vitality. The culprit is often refined seed oils. Vegetable oil, canola, corn, and sunflower oils are marketed as heart-healthy and found in almost every processed food, salad dressing, or fried meal. On the surface, they seem harmless, but in reality, these oils can inflame blood vessels and suppress nitric oxide, the molecule responsible for relaxing vessels and maintaining healthy blood flow. Think of it as slowly putting sludge into an engine. The system still works, but not efficiently, and over time, performance drops. Contrast this with Okinawan cooking. They rely on small amounts of sesame oil or olive oil, healthy fats that protect the lining of blood vessels rather than damage it. It's not about eliminating all fat. It's about choosing fats that enhance, not hinder, your circulation. One of my patients, Daniel, 81, had faithfully followed the ritual for weeks with minimal improvement. His meals were balanced, but he cooked everything in canola oil. Once he switched to extra virgin olive oil and added a touch of avocado oil for high heat cooking, the change was remarkable. Within 3 weeks, his nitric oxide levels rose, energy returned, and he told me, "My wife hasn't stopped smiling." This simple change illustrates a powerful principle. Your kitchen can either support or sabotage your health. Clean blood and open vessels are just as critical as breathing exercises or pelvic activation. If you're using inflammatory oils regularly, even the most disciplined morning routine may yield slower progress. The takeaway is actionable. Minimize processed oils, favor whole, minimally processed foods, and choose fats that nourish rather than inflame. Even small changes compound when paired with daily rituals. Your morning oxygen, pelvic engagement, and full body release will flow far more efficiently when the blood vessels themselves are healthy and receptive. Ultimately, it's about alignment. Your diet, your habits, and your biology working together. Missing one piece, like ignoring hidden dietary stressors, can undermine the others. But when you bring them into harmony, the effects are cumulative. Clearer energy, steadier circulation, and a renewed sense of confidence that carries far beyond the bedroom.
Section 8. Rebuilding circulation from the inside out. Once you've removed the hidden obstacles in your diet, the next step is to actively rebuild circulation, feeding your body what it needs to thrive. Blood isn't just a fluid, it's a living system, and like any system, it responds to the quality of what you supply. Think of it as refreshing a river. Blockages and stagnation make the flow sluggish, but the right nutrients clear the path and restore vitality. Certain foods act as natural boosters for nitric oxide, the molecule that keeps vessels flexible and responsive. Beets, pomegranates, leafy greens, and citrus are surprisingly simple yet potent allies. They flood your bloodstream with nitrates and antioxidants, helping stiff arteries regain elasticity. Combine this with regular hydration, and you create a foundation that allows your circulation to respond to the 90-second ritual more efficiently. Okinawan men embody this principle daily. Their diets are plant-forward, rich in vegetables grown in mineral-rich soil, complemented by small portions of fish that provide omega-3 fatty acids to protect vessel walls. Green tea, abundant in polyphenols, adds another layer of cardiovascular support. It's not a rigid diet, it's a lifestyle of nourishing the body consistently, one meal at a time. I've seen men in their 70s rebuild measurable aspects of their circulation with small, deliberate changes. One patient added a glass of beetroot juice each morning and included leafy greens at lunch. Within weeks, his blood pressure stabilized, energy improved, and the subtle confidence that comes from feeling physically capable began to return. These improvements weren't dramatic overnight transformations. They were the result of steady, intentional acts repeated consistently. The principle is simple. Give the body the right materials, and it will repair itself. Oxygenation from morning breathing, nitric oxide from pelvic activation, and now nutrients from food all work synergistically. Each component amplifies the others, creating a feedback loop that strengthens circulation, improves energy, and restores vitality. The beauty of this approach is that it doesn't require an overhaul. You don't need to follow an extreme diet or buy exotic supplements. You just need to align your mornings, your meals, and your rituals. Over time, your body begins to respond predictably. More energy, steadier moods, improved sleep, and a level of physical confidence many thought was lost to age. In essence, rebuilding circulation from the inside out is about feeding, awakening, and aligning the systems your body already knows how to use. When done consistently, the results compound, turning small daily choices into lasting improvements that support health, energy, and vitality well into your later years. Section 9. Recognizing your body's warning signs. Your body is constantly speaking to you, often in whispers before it ever resorts to alarms. Most men, however, stop listening. We dismiss subtle signs as just getting older, or chalk them up to a rough day. But these quiet signals often precede larger issues with circulation, energy, and overall vitality. Learning to recognize them early is key to reclaiming control over your health. Take morning stiffness or a lack of natural morning firmness, for example. This isn't just a bedroom concern. It's often a reflection of underlying circulation issues. Blood vessels aren't delivering oxygen and nutrients sufficiently, and your body is telling you it's time to pay attention. Similarly, fatigue in the afternoon or reliance on caffeine to stay alert signals that your nervous system and blood flow are struggling to meet your daily demands. Cold hands or feet, irritability, restless sleep, or low mood are all subtle indicators that your body systems are under stress. One of the most important lessons I've learned in decades of men's health practice is that early intervention matters more than any last-minute fix. I recall a patient in his late 60s who ignored these signs for years. He assumed low energy and morning sluggishness were normal. By the time he sought help, his blood pressure had risen, sleep was disrupted, and minor circulation problems had escalated. Contrast that with another patient who noticed similar whispers, slightly colder hands, afternoon brain fog, and acted immediately with hydration, diet adjustments, and the 90-second ritual. Within weeks, he reported clearer energy, improved sleep, and even subtle morning firmness returning. The takeaway is straightforward. Your body communicates constantly. The difference between thriving and struggling often comes down to awareness and response. Listening to these cues allows you to act before stress and stagnation create deeper dysfunction. The 90-second ritual, paired with intentional hydration, circulation-supporting foods, and stress reduction, becomes a tool for responding to these early warnings. Even small adjustments, drinking a glass of water before coffee, pausing for a few breaths, or choosing nutrient-rich foods, signal to your body that you are paying attention. Over time, this cultivates resilience. Your vessels stay supple, your nervous system remains balanced, and energy levels stabilize. In short, recognizing and respecting your body's early warnings isn't just preventative, it's empowering. It teaches you that vitality is not lost with age, only masked by neglect, stress, and inattentiveness. By paying attention and responding consistently, you give your body the opportunity to heal, thrive, and remember its full potential long before major problems ever arise. After decades of working with men across all ages, one truth has become undeniably clear. The body never truly forgets its potential. Your circulation, hormones, nervous system, and vitality are not gone. They're simply waiting for the right signal to wake up. The men of Okinawa, who remain strong, alert, and intimate well into their 80s and 90s, have shown us what is possible when we treat our bodies with respect, patience, and rhythm. The 90-second morning ritual we've explored is more than just an exercise or a habit. It's a bridge between what your body remembers and the life you want to live. By combining deep breathing, gentle pelvic activation, and full body tension release, you are essentially giving your system a daily reminder. You are safe. You are ready. You are alive. When this ritual is paired with hydration, circulation-supporting foods, and awareness of subtle warning signs, it becomes a blueprint for restoring balance and reclaiming confidence. Consistency is the key. It's not about intensity, gadgets, or fleeting motivation. True vitality emerges from small, deliberate acts, repeated daily. When you show up for yourself every morning, you begin to realign the rhythm of your blood flow, your nervous system, and your energy. One patient told me, "Dr. Carter, I didn't believe 90 seconds could matter, but now I can feel the difference in every part of my day." That is the real magic, your body remembering what it has always known. Your mornings are your gateway. If you embrace them intentionally, you are nurturing your heart, brain, muscles, and the smallest vessels that support life and intimacy. If you ignore them, you are leaving potential dormant. But it's never too late to start. Whether you're 50, 60, 70, or beyond, your body is resilient. It will respond when you provide oxygen, circulation, calm, and care. So today, I invite you to take that first deep breath, just as the men in Okinawa do. Spend 90 seconds to reconnect, to open your vessels, to honor the system that carries you. Treat it not as a chore, but as a gift to yourself, a daily act of presence and self-respect. Let your mornings set the tone so your days are filled with clarity, energy, and quiet confidence. If you found this video helpful, I encourage you to subscribe to Men's Vital Health, hit the notification bell, and join our community. Share this ritual with a friend or family member who might need it, and comment below to let me know how your mornings change. Every like, share, and comment is a reminder that your vitality is worth investing in. Remember, aging is not the enemy. Neglect is. Your body has the knowledge. All it needs is your attention. 90 seconds a day can unlock decades of strength, energy, and confidence. Take that step. Reclaim your rhythm. Show up for yourself, because your body has been waiting for you to come home. Dr. Emily Carter, Men's Vital Health. Your mornings can change everything.